Yes. Here's today's Kings rumor of the day, and it comes via Marc Stein, the Stein line. And it has to do with a player that we had already heard the Kings may have interest in. I'll just read it here. Wizards are open to sign and trade discussions to facilitate Malcolm Brogdon's exit from Washington. And a slew of teams have registered varying levels of interest in the 32-year-old. That list includes the Clippers, Suns, Lakers, as well as the Warriors, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Bucks, and Kings. So there it is. The Kings have been linked to Malcolm Brogdon. I wonder if that in any way, shape, or form is at all a Domas thing, having played with him.
I don't even think it's a thing. It ain't a Domas thing. Me personally, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Because if I'm correct, it said sign and trade.
Right. It does say that.
Are we getting rid of Malik? Like, what else are we getting rid of Devin Carter? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Not for Malcolm Brogdon, his age, his injury history. And so I guess.
Yeah, it just to emphasize your point, the Wizards are open to a sign and trade. Okay. And then whoever wrote this, Marc Stein, whoever says a lot of teams have registered interest, varying levels of interest. We know that the Kings, there have been reports that they were interested. We don't know that they're at all interested in a sign and trade
or right now, currently, or anything like that.
True.
Two separate. It could be two separate things.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe if he's bought out or something like that, or whatever it may be. All right. I get it.
Yeah.
In the pecking order of over the hill point guards, Brogdon is probably at the bottom of the list. I'm including Chris Paul in that, Russell Westbrook in that. And it's not because he's, when healthy, not a good player. It's just he's never healthy.
Yeah.
Like, I think he would actually be a solid fit running the point. I'd like for him to be a better three-point shooter, more volume-wise, But in terms of actually running the show, he's a good point guard. But I think there are better options out there if we were going that route.
It seems like the Kings have more interest in Russ.
Yeah.
But it seems like even with the more interest in Russ, they can't do anything until they figure out what to do with all their guards. So if they did have interest in Brogdon, remember we heard last week that they were going to have a meeting with him? I don't know if that happened.
Yeah, the Zoom meeting. Yeah. It was him and Russ, right?
Yeah. You weren't in on that?
No, I wasn't. I didn't. That was above my pay grade.
Okay. So even if they are interested, it's probably something that isn't going to happen for a while. And even then it would probably be like, okay, we got the guard situation resolved. Russ is out. So do you still want to do it? By then, if there are that many teams interested in him, he probably would not be available. Or maybe Devin Carter plays so well at point in the summer that the Kings decide we don't really need to worry about a backup veteran point guard.
Yeah, that's true. It could be the case. I do believe if we're talking about bringing in another point guard, somebody got to be on their way out,
Yeah.
And are we talking Devin Carter and a second-round pick for Brogdon? I already feel like we have an aging enough team that if I'm going to bring in a point guard, hopefully I'm not giving up any young assets. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that for a backup point guard.
Kings fan Dan asks Brogdon for Šarić. How about that?
Nah, it don't make sense. How many guards we going to have? What's he now, the seventh guard on the roster?
I know. It's too many.
It's too many. I wonder, because we heard the Malik Monk rumors all last week and everything. I wonder if those rumors have to do with not because Malik as a player, Scott Perry may or may not like, but because of the contract. You get off that contract. Remember, Malik got 3 more years this year coming up and 2 more years. I wonder if in Scott's mind, he's trying to clear the deck as much as possible for next season.
He did do a good job of that when he was with the Knicks. It's
with
one of
the
the
Knicks,
things he accomplished.
Yeah.
And of course, now it's even more convoluted than it was then, the CBA, with all the various
rules
and regulations. So